It's always great catching up with Jason Witt, who's going to be back in action against Josh Quinlan coming up here, UFC Fight Night, August 6th. Jason, how's it going, man?
It's going great, man. It really is. I just finished up training, pretty exhausted. That drive home it's about 24 minutes, and it's always just, sometimes you just sit in silence, put everything you have in training, and just like, that's all I got, and that's what I get.
Well, you made time for the interview, so I appreciate that. Looked like you got a full camp for this one. When did you find out about the fight?
It seems like forever ago. Like, I honestly don't remember. It had to be like probably 3 months. So, I mean, I think I had, when they announced the fight, I think I had like 8 or 9 weeks. So I got a decent amount of time between the last fight and they told me. So, I mean, I had time to kind of prepare.
What did you learn the most from that fight against Phil Rowe?
Long people suck.
Yeah.
No, man, it's just, you can't make those, like minimal mistakes in a fight with a guy that has that long of a reach. And I mean, like, I feel like I dominated the first round. I feel like I was winning the second, and I just made a critical error that cost me, and I couldn't recover from it. And that's just kind of how, I mean, this is the top echelon of the sport. And at that point, you can't make those little mistakes. And I did, and they cost me for it.
So I talked about your opponent off the top. How familiar were you with him when you accepted the fight? Like, did you know who he was, or was he a guy you had to look up?
No, I hadn't heard of him at all. We do have a guy in the gym right now, Dallas Jennings. He fought Dallas, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was 2 or 3 fights ago. So I kind of picked Dallas's brain just a little bit and kind of how he fought him, and I've watched that fight quite a few times. Dallas is a good training partner for me, just in terms of experience and how they fight. They're kind of similar, just kind of push forward and that stuff. Didn't really know much about the opponent. Had to look him up a little bit. 5-0. I think the experience factor will definitely play inside the UFC. He hasn't been in the octagon in a while. And I think being out that long and this being his first UFC fight, I think it'll play into a little bit.
Well, not just UFC experience. I mean, we talk about this all the time. You had a long road to get to the UFC. It's not like you fought, 5 fights and then got on Contender Series and got in. You took the long road to get there. In terms of experience, like just being put in those different positions, facing different opponents, like how much does that pay off in a fight like this where he's only got 5 professional fights?
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, the comfortability, like think about when you do jiu-jitsu, you get put in a guillotine for the first time, 2 seconds into it, you're like, I'm out, let me out, we're done, this is over with. And now, looking 15 years later, you get stuck in a guillotine, you're like, okay, I can fit here, I can fight through here. And I know most people who've been training long enough and have 5 professional fights understand that. But at that high level, at that stress level of the UFC fight, things play off a little bit different.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Training camp, who've been some of the main guys for this camp helping you get ready for this fight?
Yeah, I always got my main man, Julian Marquez. He's always there. He kind of coached me through the rounds today and just helped me drill. Trey Ogden, Mike Breeden, all the UFC guys, Dallas Jennings. We got a couple new guys in there too. You got Krause, Jason Hyde that are always input, and I have mitts with them, Tuesday and Friday, and Austin Floyd on Wednesday. So I mean, I'm putting in work with all 3 of my coaches. I have mitts 3 days a week, live rounds 6 days a week. You know what I mean? So I'm getting a mixture of younger guys, newer guys, veterans, UFC people. So I have a little mix between everything.
And that's good though, right? Because different situations, right? You get a young up and comer, he's going to give you a different look than a Mike Breeden per se, just because again, like they're at different levels in their career, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. And you get people always talk about the 33% rule. Like you have to have somebody who is not as good as you that you can kind of work your new stuff on. You got to have somebody who pushes you every round. You guys are pretty equal. And then you got to have somebody that whoops your ass every round too. So I mean, you get a mixture of all those, especially at Glory. You have such a wide variety of people. Wide variety of wrestlers, wide variety of strikers, wide variety of a little bit of everything. So, I mean, we have everything that put together that just helps out a lot.
You also have a job on top of fighting as well. Like, how do you balance that, especially when you get close to fight time? Like, we're just a few weeks away. Does that taper off a bit, or how do you manage sort of the work and training thing?
I just wake up every morning praying for more time in the day than there actually
is. Right. Okay.
I own a personal training studio in Overland Park, Kansas. I do personal training probably about 40 hours a week. So I have a full-time job. It's just what I love doing. It's really not like people are like, oh, how do you manage this? I'm like, well, one, I'm always tired. Like people talk about, I'm just always tired. It's just the way it is. My mom's like, why are you tired? I'm like, well, I wake up at 6 a.m. I go train. I go work. I go train. Go to work. Go train. Go play golf. Like it's just how my whole day is. the balance is it's just what I enjoy, and I have a very supportive. My wife is awesome. She's been there since my first professional fight. I'm pretty sure, or first or second. You know, she helps out balance that quite a bit. She understands what I got to do. She understands I'm going to be cranky. She understands I'm going to be a complete asshole at times, and sometimes I'll be super happy. So, just trying to that was kind of a trial and error thing. You know what I mean? Like I told my wife when we first started dating, like, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm fighting. If you don't like it, there's the door. So she's understood what I was doing, and then she helps with the business. You know what I mean? She runs a business herself too, and so that helps kind of understand. And we kind of do our own things, but we do a lot of things together too. So
I imagine Kraus will be in your corner. Who else is going to be in the cage with you that night?
Kraus, Jason High, and Julian Marquez.
Can't beat that. And how's the fight playing out on August 6th? I know you feel like you're going to get your hand raised, otherwise why sign the contract? But how do you envision it going down?
Yeah, I mean he's good. I know he trains at the. I'm pretty sure he trained at like the Vanda Silva Judo Box.
Yeah.
So I know they do a lot of hard sparring, a lot of I'm gonna beat the shit out of you type training. Man, he's gonna come out fast that first round. I know he will. I think, you know me, I'm a grappler, and I've added a lot of new things to my game that's not just grappling based. I've added little details. In 15 years of the fight game, you don't get better over a day. You get better at the little details that you're good at. And I really think that in this, I'm going to add quite a few little details that'll pay off in the fight. And I think round 2, I'm going to break them down. Probably round 3, I'll either put them away or just drag it out to decision. I don't want that. It doesn't sound fun or exciting, but I know it's not going to be an easy fight that way.
I was trying to remember here, contract wise, how many more fights do you have? I was trying to remember that.
So after this one, I got 2 more fights.
Oh, good. Okay. Yes. You don't have to worry about this one. That's good. And I got to bring this up because I also golf. Looks like you've been getting a lot of golf in lately. You referenced it there earlier. Do you get out like once a week, or how often do you go?
Man, I don't got any kids, so I'm taking full advantage of all the golf I can get. I just joined a country club up the street. My wife grew up in the country club. It's beautiful. It's one of the nicest golf courses I've ever played at. And so I got a little bit of time at night sometimes, and nobody wants to play. It's a very wealthy country club, and nobody there wants to play at 5 o'clock at night. So I get the whole course to myself. Honestly, I've been playing golf. I'd probably say 3-4 rounds a week on top of running. And it's frustrating. It's annoying. I absolutely hate the game, but it's similar to fighting. Like, it's just one of those, like, you just want to keep coming back and playing over and over. And I truly enjoy it. I put a golf simulator in my attic. I got a putting green upstairs. Like, it's just something that I enjoy. And it's something I can do for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. I got back into golf during the pandemic, and I try and go once a week. I haven't been in like almost a month now because I was doing the UFC 276 card, and then I went camping the weekend after. But this week I'm going on, I think, Thursdays, and I can't wait because, like, and I'm like you, I'm not amazing or anything, but I just love playing. It's like just nice to get outside, and you know, it's a nice stress reliever, I find. Although it can be stressful at times too.
100%. It's one of the most frustrating, and I told multiple people this is like when I was fighting doing jiu-jitsu, like I was 21 years old, 22 years old, you know what I mean? Like I just love doing jiu-jitsu. I love fighting, I love competing, but I don't remember what it's like to learn and lose. You know what I mean? Like I lose in fighting these days, but it's not like when you're a wipeout and you're getting ass whooped, you have no idea what's going on. And I forgot what it's like to build a new skill in life. Like I, you know what I mean? I've learned business, I've done that stuff, and I learned those, but like golf is learning a complete new skill. That's one of the hardest skills to learn, especially as an adult. It's super frustrating, but man, you always hit that one. You'll get like the 18th hole and hit that one drive that's 300 yards down the middle of the fairway. You're like, this is why I golf. This is why.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, yeah, it's that one feeling, and it's like you're chasing that feeling again of getting that like amazing shot or amazing drive or all that. I can totally relate. Just last question on that: who's the best golfer at Glory?
I am. No, Austin Ford he's actually a really good golfer.
Okay.
So I've been playing quite a bit with him. He's a really good golfer. He shoots probably low 80s, like on average.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, he's a pretty good golfer. I think me and Austin are really the only 2 golfers at Glory that I'm aware of. We got a couple ex-fighters that play golf on like Saturdays and enjoy that. But I got a couple clients that play golf. I have one lady who's a scratch golfer. Her daughter plays golf in college. I played golf with her daughter the other day, and she absolutely smoked me.
Yeah, I know. Always hitting the ball straight. They might not hit it as far, but they're hitting it straight every time. I played with those types.
Like my father-in-law. My father-in-law plays that old man golf. Like he won't ball past 200 yards on a drive, but that thing is straight down the fairway every single time. I'm like, you're so frustrating. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's not frustrating. This fight, man. I can't wait for it. UFC Fight Night, August 6th. Jason, thanks so much for doing this. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Man, I just appreciate everybody in this entire journey. You know what I mean? It's been a long road, and I enjoy this. I enjoy talking to you every time. I always look forward to the interview. It's one of my favorite parts of the process. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate talking to you.